I finished Over the Moon by Pavlov. It is a duet narration by Charlotte North and Teddy Hamilton. This is book 3 in the Rosewood River series. They are standalones, interconnected standalones. I have done book 2 and 3. I do need to go back and do book 1 because for no other reason than I need to spend more time with Beefcake, okay? Just saying. When he was introed in book 2, and I will say that the reason I ended up doing that was I got confused. I had done a book in the Magnolia Fall series. I thought this was a continuation of that series, and it wasn't until I was in it that I was like, wait a minute, this isn't, I'm not in the right world. Totally my fault. And so I was like, oh, I missed the book, so I want to go back. And plus in this book, we have a little bit more about like the grand gesture, and so I was like, excuse me, I need real time in my ears. I need to experience this. So I'm definitely going to be going back and doing that. So we have Eloise and Clark. Clark, hockey player. His team has just won the Stanley Cup. He has an injury, so he goes back to Rosewood River to recuperate and rehab. Eloise has just got a job with the team. Her dad is the head coach. He, suggested she apply for the job. He put her name forward, but she did have to interview. So it's not like she was handed the position. The athletic trainer isn't happy that she's there. He's sort of micromanaging, and she isn't happy that she has to go to Rosewood River. Like, she's like, why is he not rehabbing when he's supposed to at the facility? We have a whole facility. So straight off the bat, she's on the back foot. She is not happy to be going. There's a bit of tension. He already says that she's not my biggest fan when it's happening. So it's a little bit of grumpy sunshine, and I will never call it reverse. Not been paying attention if you think that I was going to call it that. What I will say is that at times it does come across where you don't really know why she's being the way she's being towards him, other than the fact that he is a man. And it did get a little bit frustrating that he's a nice guy, and it feels like he's being punished because she got a job working for the team that her father is the head coach of. Like, that was your choice, love. Like, why is he the bad guy? And we do see her soften throughout. And when I say soften, I don't mean that women are supposed to soften or that she conforms or anything like that. I just mean we see her realise that he's not the bad guy, that you can be mad at having to prove yourself, you can be mad at how other people are treating you or how you would be treated in the workplace, how you would be punished for a relationship and he wouldn't, and that not be his fault that would happen. And especially when he would be the first person to stand up. And so I really love that was sort of shown, that we see her coming to that realisation and him not being the bad guy, because he is the sweetest guy. And we see them connecting and bonding and building that relationship, and he involves his family, get involved, and the Chadwicks are just they're the best family. And we see some family dinners, and then once they're finally they're together, they've got some time, it's got an end date. Once they go back, things are going to change. And then what happens? The head coach, her dad, plus the athletic trainer who's micromanaging everything she does, and the owner are coming to town. So she decides, you got to act like you don't like me. And she hates every moment of it because he sells it. And she also says, act like I've not been to family dinner before. And his family run with it. Unfortunately, they are not good actors. His dad, oh my god. Look, I think it's one of the best performances I've heard Teddy do. It was absolutely brilliant. I was laughing in the middle of the grocery store. I think security were like, she's either on something or I don't know, but they were acting like something was going on watching me around the shop. But I just could not contain the laughter. It was so funny. And of course, misogyny in the workplace. We see it happen, and of course all of this happened, and then we see the news just after finishing it, and I was like if only fiction could imitate life, eh? If only fiction could imitate life. And she gets, you know, dragged in, they do the whole misogyny bullshit, and Clark's reaction to it is what you want from your hero. Right? He is like, I'm done then. I'm done. And she pushes him away, you know. You think, as a really, you get really frustrated, like, why? Stand together. Like, he's got your back. And she doesn't give him a chance to say anything. She's just like, no. And because she pushes him away, he does the next best thing. He gets on the phone and he arranges for people to be with her. And it did a little bit, just a little bit. Performance-wise, I absolutely adored. Charlotte North was absolutely fantastic. I think as Eloise, she did such a great job conveying that level of, you know, grumpiness and struggling to find her place and wanting to have that level of respect and boundaries, and seeing that softening, and we hear it in her tone and the cadence, and I just think it was such a beautiful performance of that. And teamed with Teddy Hamilton, Teddy was great as Clark. It was such a great choice to pair them together. Their voices worked really well together, and he was a great Clark. And hands down, his performance of the dad in the dinner scene, one of my favourite Teddy moments of the year, gotta admit. And production was fantastic. This is one you should definitely check out.